Hi, I'm Clara Luce, and I live in VZ, Maine. Um, Big corporations, I mean, you can't really necessarily trust them or necessarily not trust them because, yes, they do give a lot of people jobs, which is a great thing, but they also take a lot of business from mom and pop shops, which is really disappointing. And for somebody who has a small business of their own and does a lot of freelance work, those big corporations do tend to take a lot of my jobs, which is really disappointing because I thought the whole point was to give back to the community, which they don't really seem to do. Um, but, the big corporations do employ, I don't know the number off the top of my head, a lot of individuals in each state, especially in the state of Maine, with Hannaford's and Shaw's and even our Walmarts and Targets. We don't have as many Walmarts or Targets up here as we do have Hannaford's and Shaw's. But, I don't know if they necessarily have the best interest for the whole community at heart. They do employ the community, which is a good thing and helps with our economy. But they also tend to not necessarily have local goods, which doesn't help our farmers. And we do have a lot of farmers up here, and you can just drive down the street and go to a farm stand, which is great. But having these big corporations buy their produce and everything else from all over the different country, let alone internationally. I can walk through the store and you can buy products from Cuba and Italy and all sorts of other places. Why not use our products that we have right here to stock the shelves within our big corporations? I think that would be more useful than bringing things in from overseas. Now, I can understand being in Maine if we took things from Canada, since it's a 2-hour drive for me to cross the border. So, that's a little bit more reasonable than France and Italy and Cuba and Puerto Rico. Those are all pretty far away, especially since a lot of the same stuff is grown right here locally in Maine. Or even if it's not Maine grown, it's probably in New Hampshire or Vermont or somewhere close enough to where we shouldn't have to go overseas. Now, the waters here don't necessarily seem to be as polluted to me. I also spend a lot of time in Florida, so I go back and forth sometimes. And the water down there is definitely super polluted. You can't even see your feet if you're standing in it. Living up here, you can walk in the water and you can see your feet, even if you're waist deep, which is really nice. The water is pretty much super clear wherever you go. They definitely do take care of their waterways here. Around the corner from my house, they did remove a dam a few years ago so that the salmon could actually repopulate on their own. Now, we do have 3 salmon farms now. One is officially opening this year, and the other 2 are opening next year to help also bring back the salmon population naturally. But I think if I was a fish and I had to live in the water anywhere in the United States, I would definitely want to live up here due to the fact that there is less pollution. Now, if I had a chance to talk to our lovely president about climate change, I think I would have to tell him that he's an idiot if he doesn't believe in climate change, because it's really happening. We had snow in May, and my dad about froze when he came to visit because our temperatures didn't go above 30. We finally got spring temperatures in June, which is kind of weird. And now in Maine, we're having temperatures almost 100 degrees, which is record hot. And we have record amounts of humidity up here. So, just looking at that and taking that into account, climate change is definitely real, and we need to figure out something that could help prevent worse damage to our ozone and to our world. We should protect it so that future generations can definitely have a good life and live here on planet Earth. It's a beautiful planet. I'd hate to see our species die off because of people not caring. But anyway, that's my opinion here from Maine. All right. Yep, I am totally wearing a Maine shirt. We all do that. But anyways, I'll talk to you guys later.